This chick says, stop it. I need that car hot. You're a badass, fucking badass. This is how it works, you guys. All your bitches love me, and all you weird haters hate me because your bitches love me. Get it?
Now this part here, all right, they played a video of me. You guys remember when I first did my first Wes video, it was him. He actually DM'd me first, sending me a message saying, hey, you know, you want to talk shit because I went to his Instagram. I said he gossips like a woman, bitch. And then he sent me a direct message and he said, hey, you know what? Come to the gym 8 a.m. on Saturdays. I'm there. You know where it is. Show up or shut up. And then he blocked me. Well, they played that video in court. So Wes had to see my face in court. And apparently he wasn't happy about it. And
I get to wake up me every day. If you got to wake up me every day, the way I look and who I am and shit, you would be killing it already. But a lot of you guys don't get that. A lot of you guys are fucking just straight knack and weirdos with weird ass parents, weird ass friends, and a weird ass life.
Well, guys, we are back here yet again with some more insane drama in the alpha male universe, and we have the alpha male that I would dub as being the biggest lol cow and dancing clown out of all of them, and the biggest ego that we've ever seen on the internet. So naturally, I'm talking about Wesley Peg Watson. And this one today will be a very special one, because the good old Peginator here has recently been in and out of court constantly for his case involving the 7-foot monster that him and his butt buddies jumped, and some of the documents ended up getting out there, and the shit has to be more ridiculous than even I expected. Like, Peggy here was just going absolutely fucking crazy. He was getting mad about the questions he was asked and went on multiple little rants. He insulted the other lawyer and made fun of his room in the background of the Zoom court call, and was even just plain out arguing with the lawyer and not following the traditional rules of the court. And naturally, John Bravo had just made a video covering a couple of these things out of the 150 pages that were these court documents. And like clockwork, the same exact day and a couple of hours later, little old Peggy was throwing a little hissy bitch fit on his Instagram stories and was going on multiple rants about the weirdos and the knack fucks and the haters.
I get to wake up me every day. If you got to wake up me every day, the way I look and who I am and shit, you would be killing it already. But a lot of you guys don't get that. A lot of you guys are fucking just straight knack and weirdos with weird ass parents, weird ass friends, and a weird ass life. And you like listen to weirdos online who act like that's not the problem. They're like trying to educate you more. How about you get educated in how the fuck you're a fucking weirdo, and that's why you can't pull no fucking bitches. Like, you can't even do anything because you're a weirdo. And no one will tell you that. That's why you need me to tell you. Like, you should get on my coaching program. Most of you guys who really know you're a weirdo deep down, and like, I'll guide you towards being like cool for once in your life. But this whole thing, like, no one will say this because they think it's wrong. But that's why your guys' lives suck, because you're not cool and you're a weirdo.
So as I'm sure you all probably know, Wesley, of course, had to have been mad because John made another video on him. Because in his mind, John is just his arch enemy. And since it just got Wesley so fired up and so worked up, I figured that we would also take a look at all of these goofy ass court documents. And we'll actually pull a couple pictures from John's video, along with a variety of other sources like the Wes Watson Reddit, so that we can just really sit back and view this buffoon just making himself look like a complete and utter fool. So with that being said, we'll be bouncing around throughout some of the funniest moments. And we'll start with this one in particular, where in the earlier pages, the lawyer basically trolls Peggy about his height, which we all know is a very sensitive subject.
6 whole motherfucking feet. 6 feet.
And the lawyer basically started this off by asking Wes about his weight and about if he's strong or not, so that he could make an argument that Wes is a strong individual and was during the time, so he could really physically hurt somebody. And during it, he ends up asking about his height. And Wes naturally, of course, responded by saying he was about 6 foot. But since it's Wesley we're talking about here, he was nowhere near done. And he started going on this tangent in the middle of the court session, where he stated that people online swear and say that I'm 5'8", so getting the correct height would be cool because everyone says I'm 5'8". For some reason, it's some joke they have, but I'm like 6 foot. Now, I don't know why Wesley did this, But then the lawyer goes on to ask him what was his height when he was arrested. And Wes went on another little tangent and stated that when he was arrested at the actual jail it was taken, but for some reason they do a sight test when you're first arrested. And during the sight test, the guy just visually put his height down, but at the actual jail he stood next to the numbers, and yeah, he was about 6 foot. And the lawyer then asked him again what his height was on the arrest report, and Wes had to make it clear that it was visual, and he stated that he thinks it was like 5'8" or 5'6" or something like that, before stating that he was completely wrong, and it was just the visual understanding of what his height was. It was not a measured height because he was wrong, and that when he got to jail, it was higher than that. So this fucking goober, this absolute lolcow, is in court trying to defend his height more than he's actually defending the charges against him and what he's being sued for. He is so concerned about his height that he has already gone on multiple tangents, and we're only on page 10. And after this, they started to get into the incident a little bit, with Wes going on more random tangents about how the guy was coming towards him and about how he didn't really want to fight, before ending them by saying, "So yes or no, whatever you want, like whatever you want, bro, run it." And the lawyer asked him if he sustained any injuries, and Wes answered by saying, "I mean, I have. Anytime I tell you I have injuries, yeah. He injured the fuck out of my hand with his face, asshole." And I don't know why Wes would say this, but he did. Before then going on to talk about little injuries he got from the guy grabbing him. And you can kind of start to see his attitude develop through these next messages as he gets more angry. And he decided to go on another little rant about how there's no men in the world anymore, before proudly admitting that he didn't take any pictures of his own injuries, but took a picture of his bloody shoe so that he could show his followers, and so that he could brag about how he kicked this guy in the head. And I want you to keep in mind that as this conversation was going, they were also having little back and forths in the middle of it, where Wes was making comments about the lawyer's family because he was mad about the questions, and the lawyer had to repeatedly tell him not to bring any of his family into it at all. And it involved Wes saying things like, "I want to see today when your wife is sitting there at the gym and some big old black dude attacks her. I want to see that and see what she'll do and see if she's sitting there." And it got to the point where the lawyer said he was going to get the judge on the phone if Wes kept going. And Wes just responded with, "I don't give a fuck. I don't, because look, I'm just a great dude who is being turned into this for no reason. I'm a great man. I've had no problems in the longest time with anybody except your client." So this was already just a completely goofy shit show for the pegster. But man, it got so much worse, because the lawyer then asked Wesley about all of the times he invited people to his gym for a physical altercation, and Wes stated that he never did this, and stated that that's so stupid. Like, literally, these people harass me all day and tell me they're going to kill my kids and they're going to blank them, they're going to kill my wife, and they're going to kill me. So finally, you just end up saying whatever. If you guys want a problem, then come fucking get it. This is the shit that happens when they come saying they're going to do all this. And it is the most obscure thing that we're even talking about this today. This guy even came and did this shit to me. I'm fucking pissed. But I mean, whatever. I guess people can just walk into places, assault people, and have no repercussion. This guy doesn't even get in trouble. What the is this? So Wes is just full on playing the victim and just ignoring the fact that he invited people to come fight him one-on-one, and is just having this meltdown in the middle of the court session. And Wes then went on to get a little hissy fit attitude as the lawyer was trying to ask him questions, and he kept interrupting him. So the lawyer stated that he needs to let him finish his question and then you get to answer. And Wes goes, "Well, you're the expert here, you're the pro here, and I don't know that. I'm just trying to speak." And then basically accused him of raising his voice. So apparently Wes got his feelings hurt about the lawyer raising his voice at him. And Wes must have continued to feel butthurt because he got mad that the lawyer was apparently cutting him off. And he was asking why he got to speak over him before getting told by the lawyer that this is not a circus. This is a deposition. Questions, answers, questions, answers. And Wes responded, "I mean, your questions do kind of belong in the circus," before making a comment about the lawyer's back office, stating that all of the stuff in the back of your office needs to be cleaned up, man. So this shit is just off the rails and all over the damn place, and it only continues to go that way. Because the lawyer then proceeded to ask Wes if he had ever called somebody a blank monkey.
Hey, get that
Get out of here. Give a what? What, bitch?
And Wes sat there and lied and stated that I don't even know what that word means. I mean, I've heard, yeah. None of that pertains to anything because it's not real. I'm telling you guys, this guy is trying to bring up stuff that has no application because everyone knows it's all partial fiction. It's like WWE. It's like wrestling. It's not real. So the guy has just resorted to blatantly fucking lying in the middle of court when there was video evidence. And then he somehow had the audacity to say that the only reason he called him a monkey was because he was jumping around like a monkey and it didn't have anything to do with race, even though he used a clear racial term. Like, this is just actually downright ridiculous. And this man right here, this dumb motherfucker, was willing to die on this hill behind his reasoning for it. Because the lawyer then asked him again, pointing at the 7-foot monster, and asked if he was black. And for some reason, Wesley decided that he was going to double down and said, I mean, we already went over it. You're going to get to a point that it doesn't matter, because the whole point of it is, apparently he wasn't saying that he was monkeying around because of his race. It's because they were jumping around like monkeys. I don't care what you're going to say, so just quit wasting our time and get past this, because I'm going to have the same answer at the end. Your shit's busted, like you're talking about stupid shit. So this goober is really just convinced that he is going to use this argument that the only reason he said monkey was because they were jumping around like monkeys, apparently. And you see, this argument could somewhat work for Wes. I mean, nobody's buying that shit, but he's trying to use it. But then the lawyer brought up the fact that he was also calling the guy a toad, which is another racial term in prison for black people. And I guess Wes didn't have a good argument. So all he could say was, you don't know slang in the world? Bro, you're like an old white dude from Florida or something. Like, how do you do this stuff? You don't even know what people talk about. Dude, just like shut up. It's annoying. So not only is he talking like a fucking valley girl with 40 likes after every sentence, but at this point he's just crashing out because he's refusing to admit that Toad was supposed to be racial. He tried to say that there's nothing racial or anything about any of this. I already told you right after that. And this was just yet again another hill that Wesley was willing to die on, because the lawyer then asked Wes further about the Toad thing, and he hit him with a, listen here, motherfucker. I'm getting sick of your shit. I mean, honestly, I don't have to do any of this if I don't want to. I don't have to participate in any of this shit, which he kind of does. I don't know what that even means. But then he said, you need to realize, bro, that the guy you're defending is a piece of shit for coming in and starting a fight with me in the gym when I'm just trying to feed my family and help other people. And that one doesn't really make sense either, because he doesn't really have a family anymore. They kind of left him. But then he finishes his little temper tantrum with, I save lives for a living, okay? I save lives for a living, okay? What does he do? And this is just some next level crazy work. Just full on crashing out in court. And it continued to kind of get even crazier. Have you ever told someone you know to be black that you would give them a KFC card? And Wes responded with, I don't know about that. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I don't know. And the lawyer said, does that sound like something you would say? And Wes said, I'm not a racist person, and I don't see that even as a racist thing. Maybe the guy was skinny. I'm trying to think of like a black dude. Maybe he is just a skinny man and he needed some greasy chicken. And the lawyer goes, the black man needed some greasy chicken, hitting Wes with a crazy level of just questioning. And Wes just goes off the hinges again, stuttering all over the place, talking about how it's actually a fitness thing and his black bodybuilding friend would eat KFC in the off season and be fat and then come back ripped. So it's a bodybuilding thing, not a race thing. And it has nothing to do with black or white. And this is just one of the goofiest back and forth that I think I've ever seen when it comes to court. And I don't even know what's going on anymore with it. And from here on, it just became a complete and utter shit show for Wes, where he was just consistently getting pissed off and having little mental breakdowns about random subjects that he was asked about. And it led to even more goofy, just wild shit that I did not expect to see, and included different things like Wes hitting the lawyer with, the day someone attacks your mom or your wife, we could talk about it, but you're just a fraud, so keep going fraud. Todd, fraud, or him just getting mad because the lawyer was asking about a metal belt buckle, which is on the weightlifting belt that Wes used to hit the guy. And Wes just immediately got pissed and said, dude, do you not understand that I don't give a fuck enough to play your fucking games, and I would just get off of this damn call at 1 o'clock? Do you understand that? Because just stop playing games with everybody. This is bullshit. I respect everybody until I'm disrespected. And you guys, you're disrespecting everybody in this room. Like, what does it matter with you for even defending this guy? What if it was your daughter who this guy did this to? And if the guy did this to your daughter, what would you tell her? Hey, swing your purse at him? Is there a metal buckle in your purse, Susan? Yeah, come on, bro. Why are you even having the job you're having? You're going to hell for having this job. You understand that, right? So Wes is just melting down. I don't even know why he got so mad about this rant, but it kept going about this dumbass belt, and ended up with Wes exploding again, saying, why are you even here? This is such a joke. The fact that we're even doing this, and it's part of my life, and you guys have caused me this much of my life. Do you know how much of my business was ruined from this guy? Like, do you know how much of my life was ruined from this guy? The guy has completely ruined it. A lot of stuff in my life for me defending myself when he could have just went to church on Sunday. So this shit is already just pathetic at this point. But it then got even more goofy when the lawyer brought up John Bravo, and Wes just sat there pretending like he didn't know who that was, and stating that just a ton of other people make videos on him, while doing some more of his excessive ranting about all the online trolls and haters. And the funniest part is that during his ranting about how he doesn't know who John Bravo is, he even says that he's probably just a troll, so he doesn't know, and he doesn't even know if he's a real person. So he was just trying to play stupid at damn near every turn, to where he's now saying that he doesn't know who John Bravo is. And this, of course, like the other things, did not work out very well for him, because the lawyer brought up that he had direct messages with John Bravo, and Wes's response was just to say that he's had direct messages with probably 55 to 100 fake John Bravo profiles, and he doesn't know which is which. But if that's true, then he would obviously know who John Bravo was. And he just kept pushing this argument and kept crying wolf and acting like he was the victim, and just blaming the internet like he always does. Except this time, instead of blaming the internet over his Instagram stories, he's doing it live in court. And after this, there were some other goofy little crash outs, like him whining and crying about Reddit nonstop. You know, pretty much the usual, except his dumbass was doing it in court. Before trans Wes Watson made an appearance, where Wes, for some reason, brought up the fact that he had made a video with AI with a Cali Muscle kissing him while he was doing bench. So right when you thought it couldn't get goofier, for some reason he brings this shit up and tries to use it as an argument that all of the videos circulating about him are fake, which is just not true. And somehow, he thinks that this logic will prove that since it was on his Instagram story and it's now deleted, that everybody else that has been recording his crash outs have been just faking it and it's all been AI. And that wraps up a large majority of the content and all of the goofier moments. And at this point, this guy is just cooked. Because if these are his only defenses for court, to where he just sits there and plays dumb the entire time, before saying that, oh, everything is AI and I never did any of that because it's not on my page, then this court case will not be open for very long. But with that said, I think that's enough of watching Wesley for one day. And I think he is pretty much finished with this type of stupidity. So if you enjoyed, please drop a sub and a like, and join the Saints Mafia, where we flame all of these alpha lames. And I'm out. Watching Wes Watson have one of the worst days in court I have ever seen. In peace.
All you hater weirdos, this is a chick saying they can't ever say it to your face though. You guys are so fucking weird. Like, dude, if you saw me in person, we would realize who you are, who you aren't, and who I am real quick. I don't hide, motherfucker. I'm everywhere. Check it out. Like, you guys who like talk shit, you bitches, even the women, the dudes who all talk shit, you guys are making up things you've never done. Like, trust me, you're like telling yourself these fabricated tales of what you could or might do, and you just are so weird. Like, it's okay though. I understand. I'm so good to watch. I mean, I can like look at me right now and be very excited on me. Just right here, doing nothing. Like, my hand tat, this shit, my head, like, god damn it. Ooh.